welcome back, my beautiful, bright, shine tribe. I am wishing that this continues to be a place where we can plug back into our hearts, our spirit, and the pieces of ourself that get quiet when life gets loud. And I'm so excited to share this story with you. I've been holding on to it for a year, just waiting till it was January again, because today's episode is inspired by something incredibly ordinary that unexpectedly cracked me wide open and was extraordinary and exquisite. A simple 10-minute drive on a freezing cold January Saturday morning with the kids, going to a birthday party. And it was just like, routine morning, drinking the coffee on the way, chatting. And if you've ever spent time around children, you know that they have this way of just dropping portals in your lap when you least expect it. And it's like somehow they're just like constantly walking around with the keys to the universe, and they don't even realize that they're holding it. And so what happened in those few ordinary moments reminded me of something I didn't even know I had forgotten, something ancient inside us knows, something that science actually supports too, and something that I think you might need to remember today too. So here's what happened. We were driving the kids to a birthday party, routine, like no music, no big conversation. And out of nowhere, as only kids can do, this question floats into the air from my youngest. Mama, what happens when pets and abuelas die? Abuelas is Spanish for grandmothers. And I thought okay, wow, yes, good morning. Good morning to you. And which pre-approved, well thought of answer do I give? Sometimes in the middle of the night, you're thinking if the kids were to ask me this, what do I say? While you have time to think about it and you're not caught off guard. So I was reaching for one of those mama approved answers. But instead of rushing to explain, something just in me softened and was a little playful that morning. And so I just got half curious, half playful. And I asked her back, well, do you remember when you were in the stars? And I have 2 children. So one said no, and one said yes at the same time. No, yes. And I was intrigued. Wait a minute, could they actually remember? Do they know some ultimate secret of the universe? They could tell me? Do they know, do they still remember why they came to be here? What's the reason of their life, the mission of their life? And maybe I could be super mom. And if they could just tell me while they still remember, I could help them fulfill it. I could know the test question of life for them and they remember the answer. And then I'm just going to help them ace life. Oh my God. This is what I was thinking. So half joking, but half hoping, I asked them, do you remember why you chose to come here to Earth School? And without hesitation, they both said yes at the same time. And I was like, oh shit. Oh, I didn't brace myself oh my God, they're going to tell me the secret to life, the secret to the universe, the secret to their life. Here we go. So I was bracing myself. I'm why? Why did you come here? And then my youngest said, to see everything. And my oldest said, to feel. And immediately, of course, as you know, because I've already now cried on a couple of these podcasts, I started to cry. I just had tears, but not from grief, not from sadness that they didn't give me the keys to the universe or they remembered why their soul came. But in a way, it was that. It was so simple and so profound. Just truth, the kind of truth that lands in your gut, in your heart, instead of your mind of I'm going to ace the answer to life's question. What is it? Tell me. It's oh my God. It just bypasses logic, goes straight for the soul. And I started crying. And my oldest noticed me crying and she got a little uncomfortable. And so she was trying to make me feel better. And she's no, mama, I don't mean feel like that. I mean to touch, to feel, to touch everything. And I just cried harder. And for the whole rest of the day, their words stayed with me. So simple, but profound. Why did you come here? To see, to feel, to touch. everything. To fully live, to live it all, not just the pretty parts, not just the curated parts, not just the easy parts, everything, the whole holy mess of being human. And in their childlike wisdom, which I think is really ancient wisdom, they reminded me that we didn't come here to perfect anything, to avoid anything, to accomplish anything in particular. We just came here to experience it all. And somewhere along the way, we forget. What my kids reminded me of that morning isn't just poetic. It's actually aligned with what science has studied about awe and wonder. And so I want to weave in a little bit of research, not to intellectualize the magic, but to validate what your soul already knows. Psychologists have found that awe is not just like a pleasant emotion that feels good. It's a biological and psychological resource, a resource to our being, our aliveness. Awe is as essential to human thriving as is joy and connection. Awe helps reduce stress. It widens our perspective. It softens the ego. It increases resilience. It boosts well-being. It inspires generosity and pro-social behavior. The most beautiful thing about awe is that it pulls us out of the self and into the everything. It dissolves that like myopic, fearful ego and vision and helps us remember the bigger field we're all a part of. Children live in awe by default. They're constantly seeing, touching, feeling the world for the first time without filters. Everything's incredible. But adults, we've kind of trained ourselves out of wonder. And we start chasing purpose like it's something we haven't earned yet. We measure life by accomplishments. We forget that meaning is not something we achieve. It's something we experience. It's lived. Research shows us that too. It shows us that awe reduces daily stress and improves our life satisfaction, that it increases our resilience, meaning our ability to bounce back. And all of these will be, of course, in the show notes below. So when my children said their reasons for coming to Earth were to see everything and to feel, to touch everything, they weren't describing a task. They were describing aliveness. The kind of aliveness that awe naturally creates, the kind that we lose and deeply long to return to. And maybe today you're listening because you're longing for that return too. So here's our invitation. Let yourself remember the sacred, wise child within you, the one who sees beauty in dandelions, where an adult would see them as a weed, the one who knows that darkness isn't something to be scared of, but it has its own sort of sacredness. The one who whispers that wonder is still possible, even in the everyday, quote unquote, mundane moments. It's magical to be alive. The one who believes the stars are a place we come from and that we're still connected to them. You don't have to chase purpose. You don't have to fix your life. You don't have to earn your worth. You just have to be here to see, to feel, to touch everything, to live fully. If this episode brought you back to your heart, please send it to someone who might be struggling, who could use a little bit of wonder today. And instead of our ending tradition of contemplating questions and going back into our headspace, I'm just going to invite us to stay present with the awe that's in our heart and our spirit. I'm going to ask you this week to notice little tiny portals of awe, small moments that open up galaxies of wonder and beauty and miracles. and reminders that you came here to experience this whole holy miracle of being human. To touch, to feel, to see, to experience is miraculous. Even if it's pain, even if it's uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, you got to do that? Wow. Because when we're gone, who knows? But we're here. And we're here to experience it all. So I'm wishing you play, possibility, and peace. I'm wishing you to feel so supported in this space, to see the wonder of your life, the wonder of you. And I'm so honored to be a part of your soul tribe. Sending you love, and I'll see you next week. Bye.